I'm here with Ron Rieder, who's the CEO and President of Galileo Exploration. It's nice to join you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much for taking the time to interview me.
Yeah, of course. Now let's talk about your location in Nevada and why that's of such great significance.
Well, Nevada is known as one of the largest producers in the world of gold. And we feel that one of the best places to find a new resource is by looking at or near where an old resource is at. We're about 12 miles away from Rye Patch Gold's Florida Canyon, and they recently announced a $10 million financing. So there's some activity picking up in that area as well.
That's great. And now since Donald Trump's election, it's kind of played out in your favor. So let's talk about that, especially with his $500 billion infrastructure plans.
Well, it's good that you mentioned that, because that's one of the main reasons that I decided to pick up the property. Mm-hmm. Back in August, we were on the property looking at it, and we decided to pass on that point in time. And then, of course, when Trump got elected, the price of copper immediately went from the $1.85 range, hit a high of 270, but immediately went to 240. And and I talked to the other directors of the company and said, we need to get this property now. And that was in the latter part of November of last year. So we subsequently jumped right onto that opportunity again. One of the other things that we noted is that the U.S. is 40% of the world's economy, yet only consumes about 7.7% of the world's produced copper on an annual basis. And that told us that that infrastructure is in dire need of some rebuilding. So hence our foray into copper. One other thing of significance is that in Nevada/United States, there's only been one new copper project brought into production in the last couple of decades. That's the Pumpkin Hollow by Nevada Copper. So we felt that that was another reason to look into that copper project as a significant asset for the company.
And so what are some things that investors can look forward to in the next 6 to 12 months, and why does it make it a great investment opportunity?
Well, I recently raised $500,000 at 10 cents a share and that was through friends and family. We had no finder's fee associated with that, so that was basically a pretty closed deal. Now, I got still about $300,000 in the bank from that financing, and when our consulting geologist gave me a cost to discovery on this, he told me we have to do a little bit of IP studies, which will outline exactly where we should be drilling, and that we can drill 2 holes, 300 meters each, about $100,000 a hole. So in U.S. terms, about $230,000 to make what could be a major copper discovery in Nevada. And so associated with that, we only have about 18 million shares out. Of that, the company has been rolled back 3 times, 4 for 1, 3 for 1, 3 for 1. And with 18 million shares, we can expect 20% of that has disappeared. So let's call that 15 million shares outstanding. And of that 15 million, insiders and friends and family hold about 8 to 10 million shares. So there's really a small float, and we have a market cap of about $2 million. So, and with a bunch of news coming out over the next 6 to 8 months, we also have another acquisition that we're looking at, of which part of what I'm doing here is to market a new financing, of which we'll try to do 4 million shares at about 12.5 cents. Currently the stock trades at 10 to 12 cents. The financing I just completed was done at 10 cents a share. So as an advisor myself for 17 years, I really disliked it when a company would come. They had just done a friend and family, let's say at 10 cents a share, and they would come to us 4 to 8 weeks later and do it at 25 cents a share. So that's why I wanted to get a little bit of a bump, hence 12.5 cents. Also to limit a little bit of that dilution by only doing 4 million with 4 million warrants. That gives us, with the 26 out and 8, somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 million shares at the end of the day. Yeah. With another acquisition coming up, and we're having the first one funded. The second one is about to be funded with this next one. It's also the first time I've marketed the company. So with that marketing, And getting out, was in Toronto for a couple of days earlier this week, where we saw our volumes go from an average 24,000 to 110, 120,000. Now the story is starting to get out, right? Also, last time I didn't pay a finder's fee. This time I'll pay 7 and 7 on that. So it's just kind of a fair deal, I think, for everybody. And then we start to get some of that, some of the eyeballs and some of the story out into the marketplace.
Yeah, well, you have a great story, and I look forward to what you have coming up. Thanks so much for talking to us.
All right. Thank you very much for the time.